And Kyle joins me for our first look at sports. So we're talking about Beckie Scott. She actually was in Vermilion yesterday. She gave a talk. Is that right?
Yeah, they were having the convocation there yesterday, and she was the keynote speaker, which is very nice. So hundreds of graduates got to enjoy a speech from one of their local heroes. A class of nearly 400 grads were treated in some words of wisdom from a Canadian sports icon on Friday as part of the Lakeland College convocation.
It's our centennial year. Who more fitting than a person that put Canada on the map, cross-country skiing on the map, Vermilion on the map. Small town Alberta, when's the last time that an Olympic athlete has come out of small town Alberta? So it's such an amazing story, and she's such an amazing person.
Olympic gold medalist and hometown hero Beckie Scott was on hand to share some words of inspiration. The 38-year-old began cross-country skiing at the age of 5, perfecting her skills on the trails in the Vermilion Provincial Park before moving to the international stage, which included 3 Olympic Games.
Sending a few words of wisdom and advice from my career learned over the years, and a special couple messages for them.
She did it clean. She did it through hard work. She did it against all odds when everyone said, hey, your name's not Olga, you're not going to win it. And so it's just remarkable.
And Scott was more than happy to be part of the ceremony. She also received an honorary diploma in child and youth care from the school.
Vermilion is a very special community to me, so it's always a great pleasure to come back to, and I really appreciate the honor.
Starting this year, Lakeland College is going to have a special guest at every convocation.
I can't think of a better reason to come home to Vermilion, or a group I'd be happier to address than the graduating class of Lakeland College 2013.
Beckie Scott is such a great role model. We're just happy that she agreed to allow us to kick off that tradition with her.
Since retiring from cross-country skiing in 2006, Scott has taken on roles with the International Olympic Committee and the Executive Board for the World Anti-Doping Agency.
I do a little bit of speaking still, and I have a program with our Federation Cross Country Canada bringing skiing and some messaging to some Aboriginal and Métis communities in northern Alberta. So I'm pretty busy these days, but it's all good stuff.
She still keeps a close eye on the Canadian cross-country team and has high hopes for the squad at the upcoming 2014 Sochi Olympics.
My husband is the head coach of the Canadian team there, so obviously we'll be following the team very closely and having fun.
Are you excited? The Canadian Professional Chuckwagon Association season is finally here. The Pro Tour kicked off last night in North Battleford. Taking a look at the best times, Aztec Safety's BJ Carey came in with a top time of 102.15, just ahead of Vern Nolan in the Bob Jack Sheet Metal team that clocked in at 102.89. Ray Mitsuing was third, coming across at 103.42. Fourth went to Shane Nolan at 103.48, while Kelly Moore rounded out the top 5 with a time of 103.62. Last year's winner, Chance Bestmiller, posted a 104.87, good enough for 13th spot. Switching over to baseball, there was just one Friday night game on the North Saskatchewan River Baseball League schedule as the Border City Blue Jays took on the Lloydminster Twins. Nice night down at Legion Ballpark for this one, as long as you brought a little bug spray. The Blue Jays were looking for their second win in as many nights. 0-0 in the second. Austin Dyer at the dish with runners in scoring position. He gulps a single into the gap. That plates Clayton Ermel, putting the boys in blue up 1-0. Still in the second now, bases loaded. The Jays are going to ground out to first, but a run scores, increasing the lead to 2-0. Top of the fourth, the Blue Jays leading 2-0. Another walk by Twins pitcher Steve Barbobi loads the bases. Tanner Goulet makes weak contact, but the defense overthrows first. That scores a pair of runs to extend the lead to 4-0. The Jays' bats were hot in the fourth, now leading 5-0. Goulet again gets it done. He hits a double, and that scores 2 to put them up by a touchdown, 7-0. In the bottom of the fifth, still 7-0. Pitcher Jason Fechter gets his groove on. He gets one batter looking for the strikeout. Then Kyle Grock goes down swinging. How about one more for the trifecta? Yep. Fechter strikes out the side and gets a little love in the dugout. The Twins cash in on a sac fly in the seventh to break the goose egg. 7-1 is the final. Both teams are now 2-1 as the Blue Jays pick up their second straight win, while Twins face defeat for the first time this year. Both will get the weekend off. The Twins play their next game on Monday. The Blue Jays will wait almost a week before playing again on Thursday, so it was nice to pick up a win before the break.
It's nice to have the bats finally come alive. We did pretty well last night against the midgets, but against the juniors it wasn't so good. So it was nice to see the guys finally hitting, and also the defensive effort was really good as well.
It's a good win tonight. We were on a short squad tonight. We were missing 8 guys or something like that, so win tonight was big. I wasn't really expecting to have that kind of a game against the Twins, but the guys came together and played a good game.
Well, what else can you say about the Xtreme other than, wow. The team is undefeated through 8 games to sit first in the North Conference. The Xtreme have scored the second most goals while giving up the second fewest. And the team's leading scorer, Quinn Moom, is coming off an 8-goal performance last weekend. Today, the team from Kitscoty Lloydminster was in Cold Lake for a date with the Lakeland Heat. And the Xtreme keep rolling with an 10 to 8 win, I should say. The Xtreme have 10-8. They are now 8-1 on the year. I just talked to Coach Scott McAllister. He said it was a very balanced team effort. He was very happy with it. Now they'll try to extend their unbeaten streak to double digits tomorrow when they welcome the Westlock Rock, which is a fun name to say, to the Civic Center. Ball drop is 2 p.m. In 2012, the Lloydminster Vandals had a season most teams can only dream about. The club went 9-0 en route to its first national championship. But the Vandals made a few changes in the offseason, and you could say the Green and Black are going through a bit of a rebuild. Tonight, they open up the 2013 season at home against the Calgary Wolfpack. If you're interested in seeing the new look Green and Black in action, just head down to Armstrong Field. Game time is 6 p.m.